Hey everyone, today Nathanael meets Jesus. The next day Jesus wanted to go into Galilee and he found Philip. Jesus said to him, "Follow me." Philip was from Bethsaida, the hometown of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law and the prophets, Jesus, Joseph's son from Nazareth." Nathanael responded, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" Philip said, "Come and see." Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him and said to him, here's a genuine Israelite in whom there is no deceit." Nathanael said to him, "How do you know me?" Jesus answered, "Before Philip called you, I saw you under the fig tree." Nathanael replied, "Rabbi, you are God's son. You are the King of Israel." Jesus answered, "Do you believe because I told you that I saw you under the fig tree? You'll see greater things than these. I assure that you will see heaven open and God's angels going up to heaven and down on earth on the human one." So this is the first of many stories in John that kind of just make you go, huh? Like, am I missing something? What's the big deal about Jesus knowing, seeing Nathanael under the tree? And why does that lead him to call Jesus the King of Israel and the talk about angels going up and down? A lot of people look at John and see him as more of a mystic or a contemplative, and it almost requires like spiritual readings to understand what he's talking about, or at least imagining extra details. If you've seen the series The Chosen, that's telling the story of Jesus' life, it presents the idea that Nathanael was actually having like a crisis of faith and questioning God at this moment under the fig tree, right? It was a pivotal moment for him. And so that's why it's significant that Jesus says he saw him there. Now, if we're going to make sense of John, I think we want to center around a core question throughout, which is really, what is this revealing about Jesus? And what does that reveal about God and God's love? Because I think what we see in this story is that Jesus sees us. Nathanael, to me, comes across as skeptical and pretty judgmental, right? He has strong opinions about Nazareth, right? Well, nothing good comes from there, right? You know how those people are. And he's keeping this supposed Messiah, his friend tells him about, at a distance, right? I'm not so sure. So maybe when Jesus, calls him genuine, that's a bit of a joke. He's kind of poking at him. And whatever that fig tree represents, it makes Nathanael feel seen. This man knows me, and so there's something special about him. See, we often are prejudiced and distrustful, but Jesus is the one who actually sees clearly. Christ sees through all of our defenses and can speak to our hearts to touch our deepest fears and our truest selves. And so whatever you are trying to hide behind or trying to hide, Jesus sees you. And Jesus loves you. And when we are seen, that is when we see the presence of God.